Good afternoon and welcome to RMU Focus. I'm Julia Wazaleski and today is October 8th. With me today is Kevin Plata. I would say welcome to the show, but we both know we are getting replaced next week. Dang, okay. Julia, last week RMU held some pretty cool events for students. Monday marked the beginning of women's club volleyball. Practice for the first 8-week period. Practices occurred from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. in the rec center on Mondays and Thursdays. If you're interested in playing club volleyball, please reach out to the Women's Club Volleyball at mail.rmu.edu. Next up, Kappa Kappa Psi hosted a Smores recruitment night at the Nicholson Fire Pit on Tuesday, October 5th from 8 to 9 p.m. The fraternity is currently recruiting new members, so if you're interested in joining, be sure to check out future recruitment events. The Sports Management Association hosted a meeting in order to plan for a fundraiser for the Boys and Girls Club of Western Pennsylvania. The organization hopes to hold a mini golf tournament in order to raise some money. The club met in the Nicholson Center from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Wednesday, October 6th. If you're interested in assisting organizing this fundraiser for a good cause, feel free to reach out to the Sport Management Association. Finally, Chef Dan visited the Yorktown kitchen last night from 7 to 8 p.m. in order to teach students to cook some simple and healthy recipes.
So this weekend we'll have no shortage of events for RMU and their students. Starting tonight, the RMU volleyball team will take on Youngstown State at 6 p.m. at the UPMC Event Center. Come out and cheer on the volleyball team in their next Horizon League matchup. This is also alumni night. After the game, there will be an alumni mixer at 412 Winery to kick off the weekend. The biggest and definitely the most anticipated event of the weekend by far is homecoming. A homecoming dance will be held tonight from 9 p.m. to midnight at the gazebo. On Saturday, RMU football will be hosting Charleston Southern for their homecoming football game. The game will start at 3 o'clock p.m. Prepare for a ton of pre-game tailgating, a ton of fans in the stands, a ton of noise, and a ton of fun. Come on out and support the RMU football team. There may not be much planned around campus on Sunday, but you could use it as a day of rest after the next 2 days, or an opportunity to chill and watch some NFL football with your friends. Either way, this weekend will be a ton of fun no matter what you attend.
Resident students had some cool opportunities this past week, including the opportunity to make sand art. The Office of Residence Life provided students with the materials to create their own sand art on Tuesday, October 6th from 7 to 8 p.m. in the Yorktown kitchen. This event was a great way for students to relieve stress and to make some cool art to put in their dorms. The Office of Residence Life hosts other events for students on campus, so if you're interested in checking some of those out, be sure to check out RMU's Revolution page to know the latest information on campus events.
RMU students had an opportunity to hang out with some friends while also having fun. On October 5th, the Office of Residence Life hosted a lawn games and s'mores event. It took place from 6 to 7 p.m. on the lawn by the sand volleyball court. Some of the lawn games included spike ball and cornhole. If you wanted to take a break, or if lawn games weren't your thing, you could make some s'mores at the fire pit near the gazebo. Some future events from Res Life include a cornhole tournament on October 9th at 1 p.m. on the Nicholson front lawn.
The American Sign Language Club is recruiting new members. They held their first meeting on Tuesday, October 5th from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. in the Hale Center in room 310. During their first meeting, they learned different letters and numbers and even learned how to introduce themselves. If you're interested in learning a new language or have an interest in ASL, both the American Sign Language Club and the Office of Residence Life are hosting American Sign Language Night on Tuesday, November 16th from 7 to 8 p.m. in the Ross Lounge. Food will be provided and no prior experience is necessary to join the club.
To kick off the month of October and the Halloween season, the Office of Residence Life hosted a spooky trivia session. It took place on Monday, October 4th from 5 to 5:45 p.m. in the Hale Center, room 309. If you knew all things Halloween, this was the event for you. Students had a chance to test their skills and potentially win some sweet treats. I'm sure many people, including myself, are suckers for both sweets and free stuff, so this would have been the perfect event for students to attend. Another upcoming event from Res Life is Pictionary. This will take place October 12th at 5 p.m. in the Salem Lower Lobby for anyone who is interested.
The RMU Best Buddies Club helps students to get in touch with their new best friends. Students are able to go to Best Buddies events where they will be paired up with their new best friends during activities. This Sunday, October 10th, they will be hosting a pumpkin painting match party from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. right here on campus. The Best Buddies Club is an inclusive and safe space for students to come and meet their new best friend, so if you're interested in meeting new people, feel free to stop by or reach out to rjkst367@mail.rmu.edu. Students will also receive set credit for participation.
If anyone has seen the popular show Lego Masters, or if you just love to build with Legos in general, the Office of Residence Life had another great event for you. RMU Lego Masters. You had to sign up by October 6th in the Office of Res Life to compete in the challenge. In the show, it is a duo of professionals trying to build the best structure they can. For this, you could have up to 3 people in a group. Basically, you come up with an idea and build it. It's as simple as that. But it sounds so much fun. All designs are due by November 5th. The best group will win wireless Bluetooth headphones for each member.
It's fall, and that only means one thing: homecoming season. RMU is hosting its first homecoming dance since the pandemic and is calling all students to attend. The event will take place outside this year at the gazebo from 9 p.m. to 11:45 p.m. tonight. Students are permitted to bring one guest, and tickets can be obtained for free in the Student Life office on the second floor of the Nicholson Center. Commuter students should also keep in mind that there will be no parking in the gazebo lot, and parking will be assigned to them upon arrival. The dance is semi-formal, so if you're ready to dress up and dance the night away, ask that special someone and have fun.
The Student Alliance for Equality hosted a Kahoot party on Wednesday, October 6th. The event was held from 5 to 6 p.m. The party took place in Nicholson Room 414. There were 2 Kahoots, one about flags of the LGBT+ community and one about important figures in LGBT+ history. The winners of each Kahoot earned a prize. This was a good opportunity for students to learn about the LGBT+ community and gain some more free stuff. The next event from the SAFE group is a National Coming Out Day bonfire on Monday, October 18th at 9 p.m. at the Gazebo Fire Pit.
October is known as Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and in order to both uplift victims of domestic violence and honor those who have lost their lives due to domestic violence, RMU's campus is raising awareness throughout the month. Domestic violence affects millions of Americans every year, and the university is showing its support for the victims. On Tuesday, the RMU Thrive program partnered with Pittsburgh's Steel City Fries food truck to help teach students about consent. Sexual violence is not the only cause or sign of domestic abuse, so if you or anyone you know is suffering from domestic abuse, please reach out. Feel free to contact the Women's Shelter of Pittsburgh by texting 412-744-8445 or contact wcscanhelp.org and clicking on the chat feature. When we come back, Bethany is back with Bobby on the Street, but this time we talk coffee. Check it out when we come back.
Severe weather can strike anytime, anywhere, but there's a simple way to stay safe. Hey, Jim Cantori here. I stay safe in dangerous weather by planning ahead. You can stay safe too with a few easy steps. Build an inexpensive kit with supplies for your family's needs. Write down important information like phone numbers and medications. Always talk with your family and remember any pets in your planning. Be ready, be safe. Start your plan today at ready.gov/plan.
Volver a vivir esos momentos comienza con protegerlos contra el COVID-19 y sus peligrosas variantes nuevas. Obtén la información más reciente en detidepende.org o consulta con tu pediatra o proveedor de servicios médicos.
Freedom. It's at the core of who we are. The freedom to live without fear, to jog where we please, to wear a hoodie. The freedom to breathe. Before we celebrate the freedom most Americans have, we must fight for the freedom all Americans deserve. Because all lives can't matter until Black lives matter.
Hey, boss. Okay.
Said I'm fine.
With the first date, Superman, but it wasn't on it. And we lost it. In my head, in my head, in my head. We were underlay in my head.
Hey, son.
Hey, Bob.
You know you can talk to me.
Yeah.
After a one-year hiatus, the homecoming dance and game is returning to campus. Students who have a ticket will be able to attend the dance beginning tonight at 9 and going until midnight at the gazebo. The next day, students can enjoy a progressive tailgate leading to the RMU football game. Those who have purchased a wristband will have access to free food and drinks at 3 locations on campus, at the 3 stops located at the Gazebo, the Hall of the Colonials, and West Concourse. There will be Chick-fil-A, Fox's Pizza, and Oktoberfest complimentary for students to enjoy. The tailgate will begin at noon on Saturday and will end at 3 p.m. when the game begins.
Last week was Coffee Week here at RMU. Bethany was back at Romo's to find out what is RMU's favorite coffee.
Hey Queens, we're back. We're going to be asking people on campus what their favorite coffee is. And it's also Coffee Week at Robert Morris. So let's get started. Okay, we're back. What's your name? Tony. And what is your favorite coffee drink? Caramel latte. Good choice, good choice. And I'm back with, what is your favorite coffee drink? Ooh, good choice, good choice, good choice. And I'm back here with Family. And what is your favorite coffee to drink?
You can't go wrong with some black coffee.
Ooh. And I'm back here with
Kyle.
And what is your favorite coffee to drink?
I enjoy a caramel frappuccino.
Good choice, good choice. That's my favorite. And I'm back. My personal favorite coffee to drink is actually a caramel frappuccino, but a ribbon crunch. And that was the end of our segment. Hope to see you guys next week on RMU Focus. Signing out.
Okay, so I am a huge coffee fan. I will tell you that. I love Starbucks, love everything to do with Starbucks. I'm always there. Spend way more money than I'm proud of at Starbucks. So I think, but it's so hard for me to like pick a favorite drink, you know? Like, what's your favorite?
So I'd say I'm not much of like a coffee guy, but I lean towards the mocha frappuccino from Starbucks. I've already spent way too many dining dollars this semester, but we don't talk about it. My favorite order probably is the mocha frappuccino with no whip and 2% milk, and honestly, that's probably about it. I like to keep it simple, but it's still really good.
Oh, definitely. I definitely agree with like the no whip thing, because whipped cream on like any kind of like Starbucks drink, it just like it incorporates with the drink and it makes it so disgusting.
Yeah.
But I honestly, I have to disagree though. I have to go with like a straight up coffee, like an iced hazelnut latte. I love, and then like now that it's fall season, like it's almost winter and I'm really getting into like peppermint mocha season. I love a nice warm peppermint mocha on like a day that it's like 40 degrees. Like that is like my favorite thing ever.
I tried the iced pumpkin spice latte the other day. I didn't really like it, so I'm just going to stick to my frappuccinos because it sounds good.
Yeah, I really don't like pumpkin spice or anything. My friend made me try one time, and she was like, you know, go like try it. It's so good. And I was like, oh, I really, really don't like it.
Yeah. I prefer peppermint over pumpkin anyway.
When we come back here on RMU Focus, we'll be talking about some other stuff, including sitcoms. So see you when we get back.
It's been difficult because I hadn't been able to see my grandchildren.
I can't wait to get back to field trips with my school.
Not having to think about putting on a mask.
I really can't wait to get back to life, really.
I miss all my friends. I miss taking pictures in school.
An expression on someone's face when you do something nice for them.
COVID-19 vaccines are available, and they're the first step to safely getting back to things we miss most. Visit getvaccineanswers.org so you can make an informed decision about COVID-19 vaccines.
Imagine being fired because of who you love. Imagine being denied medical treatment because of who you marry. Imagine being evicted because of who you are. Millions of Americans don't have to imagine this. They have to live it. Because in 30 states, it's legal to discriminate against LGBT people.
It's time to make an informed decision about COVID-19 vaccines. The dangerous new Delta variant is more than twice as contagious as the original virus and can affect anyone. Right now, 9 out of 10 hospitalizations and deaths from COVID are among unvaccinated people. Getting vaccinated might save your life, and there's now an option that's fully approved by the FDA. Learn more at getvaccineanswers.org.
Honorary Forest Ranger Betty White here, lending a hand to my dear friend Smokey Bear, because for years he's only said,
only you can prevent wildfires.
But there's a lot more to say. Like, if you park your car on tall, dry grass, the hot exhaust pipe can start a wildfire. So keep the animals safe, especially the cute shirtless one. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
All right, so recently there have been a lot of things happening in the media, and we just wanted to talk about that real quick. So one of the things that has happened that is absolutely shocking to me is that Elon Musk and Grimes split. Like, they separated, and I think that's crazy to me because they just had a baby, like, how long ago?
Oh, I don't know.
It wasn't.
But that's crazy.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago, but that was like one of the things that just kind of stood out to me, and I was like, dang, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they really just called it quits, and I thought they were gonna last. Like, I genuinely thought this was gonna be like a good Yeah, I thought they were good together. I don't know, but that was my opinion.
Yeah, I really haven't followed that too closely, so I don't really know, but it just sounds really bad that they split, especially like you said, if they just had a baby a little bit. Like, it doesn't sound like it's going to work out for either side.
Yeah, and then another thing that's been happening that I find super cool because I'm such a huge theater nerd. Like, I love musical theater, but that's like one of the things that I find super cool is that Broadway's back. We have shows like reopening on Broadway, which is super, super cool because that's like something that hasn't happened in so long. It's been almost 2 years without it's been almost 2 years without any kind of live music, let alone like theater. Like, we didn't have concerts, we didn't have any kind of
Concerts are a big one because I know I've loved going to like Stage AE and Star Lake for a bunch of concerts, and I haven't been able to do that in like 3 years.
Oh,
it's just
100%. I 100%. I love going to concerts, and I've missed them so much. And like, I think like missing live theater and missing concerts were one of my big things that I missed about in the pandemic.
Same
but
here.
like, that was just something that was so like hard for me.
Mm-hmm.
But we actually have Evelyn coming back on here to talk to us about people's favorite restaurants on campus or off campus, and let's see it now.
We're back with Bobby on the street to ask people where their favorite place to eat off campus is. Okay, and what's your name?
Natalie.
And what is your favorite place to eat off campus?
Chipotle.
Oh, that's a good one. And what's your name?
Naheem.
And what's your favorite place to eat at off campus?
Chick-fil-A.
Me too. And what's your name?
Hi, I'm RJ.
And what's your favorite place to eat at off campus?
Definitely, off campus?
Yes.
Definitely BJ's Brew House in McCandless. They have the best desserts ever. They're called Pazookies. Amazing.
Okay, cool, thank you. All right, and what's your name?
Nora.
And what's your favorite place to eat off campus?
Roma. Roma.
And what's your name?
Nasia.
And what's your favorite place to eat at off campus?
Chipotle.
That's a good one. And what's your name?
Luke.
And what's your favorite place to eat at off campus?
Chick-fil-A.
It's a good one. And what's your name?
Courtney.
What's your favorite place to eat off campus?
Chick-fil-A.
That's a good one. And what's your name?
Oh, my name's Mariah.
What's your favorite place to eat at off campus?
Tokyo.
Okay. And what's your name?
Nicolette.
And what's your favorite place to eat off campus?
Romo's.
That's all we have for Bobby on the street. My favorite place to eat off campus is definitely Chick-fil-A. Stay tuned next week when we review the places off campus.
All right, Evelyn, that was great. So, what is your favorite place to eat off campus?
So my favorite place to eat off campus, like many of the students she interviewed, is definitely Chick-fil-A.
Oh,
like,
I love
with no other
Chick-fil-A.
reason except for the Chick-fil-A sauce. Like, I could just drink a gallon of that thing every day. I love it. It's so good.
I definitely love Chick-fil-A, but my favorite sauce has to be buffalo sauce, and I think that comes with being like an employee, because I don't know, like I always went for like the less mainstream things, and we kind of like,
more under the radar type sauces.
Yeah,
Sure.
and so like buffalo sauce, most underrated Chick-fil-A sauce.
I mean, after a while, I don't know, it gets a little spicy. I'd like to just go with something that I know that I like.
Oh, definitely.
And it will always be good.
Yeah, but what I found most interesting was a lot of people on there said Romos. And I was like,
Romos?
Oh, okay.
I guess it's off campus.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
But,
So if you missed Bethany with Bobby on the streets, don't worry. She's back to find out what the best sitcom is, according to RMU students. Let's find out.
Hey, Queens. We're going to be asking people what their favorite sitcoms is on Bobby on the Street. What's your name?
Catherine Rendy.
And what is your favorite sitcom?
Right now it's Bob's Burgers.
I agree. And what's your name?
Joseph Cheney.
What is your favorite sitcom?
Sitcom? I have never actually seen a sitcom in my entire life.
I'm shocked. Okay. Well, I guess what would be your favorite TV show you watch?
Adventure Time is my favorite show of all time.
Good choice. What's your name?
Max Rosite.
And what's your favorite sitcom?
Seinfeld.
Good choice. Right. What's your name?
Ellie.
And what is your favorite sitcom?
Probably still like Drake and Josh or something.
Good choice. And what's your name?
Landon.
And what is your favorite sitcom?
The Big Bang Theory.
Good choice. And I'm sitting here with Aaron. He's also on RMU Live. Don't forget that. And what is your favorite sitcom?
I'm gonna have to go with Parks and Rec. Nick Offerman is just amazing in that show.
I've never actually seen that show before.
You gotta watch it.
Alright, I will. And I'm sitting here with
Colin Cantella.
And what is your favorite sitcom you would have to say?
How I Met Your Mother, probably.
And I'm sitting here with
Kirby.
And what is your favorite sitcom?
I would say Everybody Hate Chris.
Good choice. Alright, so we're back. I would have to say my favorite sitcom is Drake and Josh because I don't really watch sitcoms at all. But thank you so much for watching Bobby on the Street. We'll catch you guys again next week on RMU Focus.
Thank you so much, Bethany, for that. You know what I found really, really sad was so many people just said the worst shows I think I've ever heard.
Like which ones?
Oh my god, like people were saying, like someone said, what was it, Adventure Time? And I was like, that's not even like a sitcom.
It's not a sitcom, but I actually really enjoy watching Adventure Time.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. You're wrong. You're wrong here. I'm sorry.
Wow.
No, I
Thanks.
was very impressed. Someone at the end of the clip said something. They mentioned How I Met Your Mother, and I was like, this is what I think the best sitcom of all time is, because it was, oh, it's so good and it's so well thought out, and the amount of planning that has to go into that like type of show where you're lining it up for future seasons is so incredible to me.
I'd say my favorite sitcom is probably The Office.
Oh, well, unfortunately for you, I tried so hard to enjoy The Office. I just tried so hard to enjoy it, and I couldn't. I really, really just did not like that show. I should mention my producer Colby said that this does not reflect his views in any way. He likes the show, but he tried so hard to get me to watch it. I watched some of it. I didn't like it. I thought a lot of it came off as so forced, and I really, really liked, but I don't know, and it makes me so upset because one of the writers actually went on to write one of my favorite sitcoms of all time, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and I think that's so cool to me that he wrote shows that I disliked and then went on to make like a bunch that I loved.
Right.
Like he wrote like Parks and Rec, he wrote on The Office, and then he wrote Brooklyn Nine-Nine and pulled The Good Place out of nowhere, and I was like, this is
Good Place.
like,
I love The Good Place.
Oh,
Good
it's
Place
such
was
a good
never like
show.
it was the one show like on Netflix. I was just during the pandemic I had nothing to do.
Oh, yeah.
So Netflix, obviously we all flocked to it. But I found The Good Place, and at first I didn't really like it, but as it went on and as the character development, I was like, this show is amazing.
that
I
was
got
one
super
that I
invested.
loved. I thought it was so cool, and I just thought the concept behind it was so cool, and it
Yeah.
was well thought out. It was beautiful. The cast flowed together seamlessly, which is
Definitely.
something that I cannot say about The Office. It seemed so forced, and I just, I didn't like it. But I'm not saying it's the worst sitcom of all time, and I have liked it more than I thought I would, but I don't know. When we come back from break, we'll be telling what places you need to be at this weekend. Stay tuned with us after this break.
Every day.
Millions of people are connecting
And even though we're overcoming obstacles,
watching each other's backs,
and banding together.
we should still make an effort.
We should still make an
to
effort.
get to know each other,
On a deeper level. Father.
cosplayer,
Mentor.
actor.
It's time we take a step forward
It's time we take a step forward.
Come together.
and discover
How accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
Yeah! Sam, Elmo!
Oh, hey, Julia. Are you ready to play band with us? I'm gonna play my clarinet.
And Elmo's gonna play his drum. Drum loud.
Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia.
Julia knows.
With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music. Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Can I get the now bar, please? $1. Have a good one. Got it.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
Let me get a now bar.
Sure. $1.
Appreciate you.
Got it.
Welcome back to RMU Focus. This week, TV's had many things airing, and the fall 2021 season is just beginning. But if I had to choose something to recommend from this week, it would have to be The Voice. The season premiere occurred on September 20th, but the show aired its sixth episode of the season on Tuesday at 8 p.m. I love this show, partially because I love singing and theater and all kinds of stuff like that, and I love listening to people bring their talents on stage. But I love Ariana Grande, and she's a guest judge this season. I've been a huge fan of Ariana for a few years now, and I love her music, I love her voice. I think having someone that's also really short in mainstream media is super cool, and I think she's going to be a great addition to the show. So if you want to watch the new season, it airs on NBC, or you can catch up on Peacock Plus.
So this week is all about baseball. The MLB regular season wrapped up its 162-game schedule, which means the start of the MLB playoffs. This season's playoffs look to be stacked, with teams like the Houston Astros and San Francisco Giants being main contenders. Games will be televised on TBS, Fox Sports 1, and the MLB Network. You can check ESPN.com for the schedule of games. The Boston Red Sox took down the New York Yankees 6-2 in the AL wildcard game, advancing to the ALDS, where they will face the Tampa Bay Rays. In the National League wildcard game, the LA Dodgers took down the St. Louis Cardinals 3-1 on a Chris Taylor walk-off home run. The Dodgers will face off against the San Francisco Giants in a matchup featuring two 100-plus win teams. Switching gears just slightly to the NFL, the Rams took down the Seahawks in their Thursday night matchup by a score of 26-17. The Rams moved to 4-1 on the season, while the Seahawks fall to 2-3.
We now have a new segment on RMU Focus called Julia's Juicy Jams. So my best friend and I recently started making our fall playlists, and I titled mine Fall Vibes because each song on there makes me think of fall and like the changing seasons and like gorgeous stuff like that, and I love it. But the more songs I added, the more I realized that at least 50% of what I listen to is Dan and Shay. Now, most people would consider that a problem. I consider myself a supportive fan. The playlist I made has 4 Dan and Shay songs, which is honestly less than I thought, but most notably it has a song from their new album entitled Good Things. The song is called One Direction, and honestly it's a new favorite of mine. I'd be lying if I said I didn't listen to it on repeat at least 5 times. And another favorite band of mine has to be the Front Bottoms. My best friend recently started adding their songs to my playlists, and I was like, wait a second, this is like incredible. It also features like a few new Taylor Swift songs that I like, even though recently there haven't been many that I've liked that I actually can like tolerate. But her folklore album is honestly pretty good. But my fall playlist has Betty from her folklore album and All Too Well from Red, which I actually went to that concert, and it was incredible. So much fun. But I also have some music from an artist called Fredo Disco, which is a little bit of an older band, but I'm glad I'm kind of giving it some attention.
My place to be this weekend is actually Heinz Field. So the Steelers, they're 1-3 right now. They're reeling, but they're just looking to bounce back and get a big win against the Denver Broncos. So I just love Heinz Field because of all the pregame festivities. So where's your place to be this weekend?
I also have been picking up on the football vibe because I said the homecoming game, because I think like this week's homecoming, that's super cool. I've always loved homecoming games. There's so much school spirit. It gives such like a nice like way to round out your week and a way to like relax, get to know your fellow students, hang out, have fun. But it just is such an incredible way to be.
Yeah, the atmosphere is always so great.
Yeah, But we'll see you guys next time on RMU Focus. This has been Julia Wozleski
and Kevin Plaucha.